everybody. Welcome to our news podcast, Visit Pikeville Now. It's all about what's going on in downtown Pikeville. Today, I am joined by Jill, she wears so many hats. She gave me this long introduction. I don't even know what she does. She does so many things. I'm going to let her introduce herself. We talk about the things that are going on and why it's really a cool place to visit and what you're going to see. And from an outsider's perspective, like for me, who I still consider myself an outsider, being here 25 years. But when I come to an event that's downtown, it just is amazing to me. And when I have visitors and family that come in here, they're like, you have got to be kidding me. So much stuff going on here. So Jill, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Tell everybody who you are, what you do, what today's title is, because it'll change in an hour. You know that.
It's minute by minute. So I'm Jill Dotson, and for the city of Pikeville, I serve as the executive director of community relations, tourism, and Main Street. So it's kind of
a mouthful.
It is
Stuff going on.
It's kind of all the things. So I serve as the community relations representative, kind of the PIO,
Sure.
public relations person for all of the city. And then I also do economic development, restaurant, retail, recruitment, businesses, and then all things tourism and all things Main Street. So the broader perspective of adventure tourism and all those sorts of things, and then everything that happens downtown.
What do you like best about your job?
All of it.
Well,
It never gets old.
So, even when we come downtown, like when I brought my family downtown and they look at all the flower pots that are hanging off the thing, when they look at that, they go, this is amazing. This little town has this up. And I know they start in a greenhouse back in January to start doing that.
Yeah.
So I know that you don't really go out and plant the stuff, but you have an effort, or you have input on what gets done there. And that's part of the beautification of downtown. So that talent that you've gotten, that input is really, really special.
Well, actually, I was in the greenhouse for over an hour yesterday looking at flowers that we still have that are getting
Did you get your hands dirty?
I did. That's one of my favorite things to do. I love to dig in the dirt and to create and to make. But yeah, our flowers are tremendous, and they're looked at by people all across the state that come in. I mean, you know this, the visitors that you have come in, the visitors we have come in from tourism or for conferences and conventions. It's always one of those hot topics that we have. So I wish I could take the credit for doing that, but certainly all the credit goes to UMG and our guys that take care of our landscaping and our greenhouse. Tony, Anthony Fraley, and his team of people that start planting seeds every January, and they nurse them and grow them in the greenhouse. And always the week of Mother's Day, those beautiful hanging baskets come out, and then the planters come out. And then even now we're constantly replacing, nursing all of the plants that we have around town and continuing to plant, because the great thing about our climate in Pikeville and in eastern Kentucky is that we have warm weather through the end of September, 1st of October. So they have to last.
Right.
And so we're constantly planning, replanting, changing things. But all the credit goes to UMG and the stuff that.
And it absolutely adds to the beauty of the downtown. So when people are downtown walking, we're going to talk a little bit about the events that are going on. But when we have visitors that are just coming down here, whether they're going to the University of Pikeville or they're here for the hospital or whatever, and they just walk downtown, they're just amazed at the beautiful things. So let's talk about what's going on downtown. What's happening in the next couple of weeks in downtown Pikeville.
So certainly, I can't stand when people say there's nothing to do here, because I calendar
I'm with you.
that is completely jam-packed. So first of all, the rest of the month, we have a lot of things going on the weekends. So I do want to remind everyone, the farmers market is open every Tuesday and every Saturday. So if you can't hit it on Saturday, always try to stop by the farmers market located on Adams Lane. They start at 4:30 and go till 7 on Tuesdays. And then they're also there on Saturdays from 9 to 1. And then on the 19th, so one of our favorite things that we do downtown that we implemented a couple years ago is Food Truck Friday.
Love that.
So Food Truck Friday going to be on the 18th of this month. So we usually have 3 to 4, and we try not to double up on what they offer. So that will be on the 18th. And then also we incorporate Main Street Lives with the Food Truck Fridays. So you have, not only do you have a chance to get a different kind of lunch if you have a short lunch period, but that evening, if you're coming to Main Street Live, you can also get dinner there too.
When we talk about Main Street Live, we're talking about the music that's on the plaza at the Appalachian Wireless Arena.
Yes.
And that music starts usually, what, about 7 o'clock?
7 o'clock and goes until 10.
People can go down there. They can get something off the food trucks or try into one of the restaurants downtown.
Right.
Listen to cool music, whether it's, and sometimes don't you incorporate like maybe a car show or a motorcycle show or something like that too?
So on the night, or let's see, the 18th, I have all this written down, so don't forget. On the 18th, that night is Chevy versus Ford night.
Oh, that's going to be so cool.
Yeah, so
you have hot rods coming out there.
We will.
Cars.
We will. Everything that's Chevy and Ford. So you take your pick. And then the next day, Hillbilly Christmas in July will start at the arena. So that's when they all get together and they do their ride for the kids. But yeah, so all the different Food Truck Friday nights and Main Street Live nights are themed. So we'll have Chevys and Fords this time, and then in August we'll have a hot rods, and we'll have all different sorts of things that come in. So we'll be talking about that on upcoming episodes.
So I'm like an electrician. Electricians, they know how to wire. My idea about learning electricity is you turn the switch on and things run. My idea about the car, you press the button and let it drive and it goes.
Right.
But I really am enamored with the folks who are these enthusiasts with their cars.
Yeah.
They got the big engines and they're spotless and they get their hoods up and they show it off, and you can have a Diet Coke or a beverage or walk downtown up and down Main Street and see that and have all kind of fun. And then you listen to the music. It's a great family environment, isn't it?
That's what I was going to say. So all of the events that we do downtown, we try to make sure that everything is family friendly. I have 2 small children, 10 and 12, not really small, but 10 and 12. They love the car show.
Wait a minute. You got a 12-year-old? How old are you? Like,
I know.
12? When did you start having kids when you were 12?
Yeah, appreciate that. No, but
she's a liar too, ladies and gentlemen.
He is really, he's really into cars. All boys love cars, and my little girl does too. So their favorite thing to do is to come and look at the cars, and we block off Main Street so it's safe for your kids to walk through there. And enjoy the music on the arena plaza, enjoy food and have the food trucks, and be, something that you'll be proud to bring your kids to. We like to do everything for families. And that's one of the great things I think about the events that we have downtown, is that you never have to shy away from bringing your children.
Sure. And I think one of the good things that you guys do, when I say you guys, I'm talking French, mainly you incorporate all the businesses down there. As I know, I've seen you in every business downtown trying to get them to, hey, this is what we got going on. Make sure you have plenty of servers at the restaurant. Make sure if you're going to be open alley cakes on 2nd Street, make sure you got your stuff. She's got great stuff, by the way.
Yes, sir. She does.
And then, the university, the kids are coming back in a couple of weeks. I had a meeting with them earlier, and those kids are coming back. And the folks at you go downtown, and Pikeville Medical Center's got all their employees out running around.
Yeah.
And I think that what you've done is you've created an environment, a big city environment where, it's like Cheers. Everybody knows your name. You go downtown and you see the folks there that are going into the courthouse or going to the Pikeville Medical Center, they're going to the food truck. Then you see them Friday night, or you see them at the fireworks thing. I know fireworks was a couple of weeks ago, but let me tell you something. That was a really cool event.
It was a good one.
Best fireworks show ever, ever, ever.
Yes.
The hot pepper eating contest was a riot. People had a blast with that. I hope Larry got over his illness, but he's okay.
He's good.
And then you've got stuff, and even when there's not a lot of stuff, like if you're not having a specific event, the arena's always got something going on.
The arena, yeah.
And then on top of that, let's talk about Muddy Boots.
Yeah.
The horse track up there at Bob Amos. Let's talk about the pickleball courts up there, the basketball courts, the tennis courts, the baseball, basketball, football, horse riding.
It's exhausting, but there's so much.
It must be tired being you.
It's fun. Let me say that. It was tiring, but it's fun. And the thing about it is that, we love to create a destination, and we all know that the heart of every community is their downtown. And that's what our mayor and commission and our Main Street program specifically has worked at for a number of years, to make sure that your downtown stays intact. And up until about 12 years ago, it was a lot of businesses, a lot of service businesses, and now we're seeing the resurgence of small restaurants, small family-owned businesses, people that are in your community. So if you have that downtown as the heart of your city, people love to come downtown. They love to walk. But our visitors, after they come downtown and they shop a little bit and they look at all the things that we have, they want to do other things. So, a mile and a half from downtown or 2 miles, depending on which part you're going to, up Bob Amos Hill, you have Muddy Boots, who administers and takes care of all of the horse trails that you can ride. A lot of people don't know that you can go to Muddy Boots, to the horse barn at Bob Amos Park every day and take a ride in the mountains.
You can rent the horse and take it up on the
mountains. Yeah. You can do a ride there. You can take your kids for ring rides on the pony or do lessons there. They also do all of the kayaking and the river trails from there. So you call them up, you schedule your river ride, you go up, they take you to one of our inputs, and they'll come pick you up at the Texas Roadhouse launch that was just beautifully redone.
Absolutely.
After the flooding,
that was
it's gorgeous.
Fantastic. I was going to mention that too. But the other most important thing is that, when we talk about this stuff, a lot of folks have a fear of horses. Like, look, with me, I can never find the brake pedal on the horse. So the horses are very tame. Mm-hmm. And they go through all the safety features with the horses and how to, steer them and get them and giddy up them and all that other. No, I'm from New Jersey. Did you know that they're the largest equestrian park is in the state of New Jersey?
I did not know.
Yeah, it's huge there. But we have horses in New Jersey. We do. We don't shoot them or nothing, but we have horses in New Jersey. But when I went up there and rode horses at Muddy Boots, they were very, very helpful, very knowledgeable. They did all kind of neat things. And then when I did the kayaking down the river, I'm not terrified of water. I was a lifeguard. I was lifeguard at the ocean. I'm okay with that. But what I thought was very interesting, they walk you through every safety step. And I am a stickler with my family, my kids, everybody I see, life jacket, and make sure you've got your stuff on. And they are very, very strict about that, to a point where it's your safety. So when you go down these things and you go down and you ride the horses, you ride the kayaks, the safety features are so cool. Yeah. And then if you could just stop and see the world and look up, it is absolutely majestic. That cut through is fabulous, isn't it?
I drive through the cut through multiple times a day, every day. And I've looked at it, I've taken those moments and I see it. But then when you're on a kayak and you're floating down the river that was moved from downtown by Mayor Hambley, and you look up, it is really amazing that what you see. And my favorite thing about a kayaking ride is that when you do the launch from behind Fazoli's at our launch there, and you get just a little ways down through there, you don't hear the sound of the road. All you hear is nature. You have no idea that you are right in the middle of the city of Pikeville on a kayak and floating through nature. I mean, it's the most beautiful thing. And then when you get to cut through, I mean, it's just it gives you a moment to really reflect and to take a minute to remove yourself from the hustle and bustle and enjoy what we have. And you don't have to go far to do it.
It's right. I mean, it's seamless. You go up to the Bob Amos, you say this is what you want to do. They're like the Russian chauffeur, pick up and drop off. They pick you up, they drop you off, and then they pick you up. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and we also have paddle boats on the pond too.
Yeah.
So paddle boats are fun. So you schedule that also there.
The pond is off of the bypass route.
Yes.
Okay.
Right in the middle. It's a great place to go. You can also put your non-motorized watercraft in there if you want to kayak there or put a canoe in, anything like that. The fishing is great, but the paddle boats are really fun. A little bit of work. I prefer just to get on them and kind of float for a bit. But there's always something. The kids love that. But I think really when you talk about all the things that we've talked about, the downtown, the arena, adventure tourism, those sorts of things, the hiking trails at Bob Amos Park too are incredible. We have such a wonderful team in every department. So, with the tourism office, with the Main Street office that are all combined there on Haley Boulevard, with the arena staff, Muddy Boots, UMG, we can't do anything without them.
Right.
I mean, we all have the same end goal, and that is to make sure that our residents are taken care of and our residents have something to do and enjoy and want to stay home and take advantage of all the things. But when they have family like you that live outside of the state or outside of town, that they're encouraged to come here. And the best compliment we can get is if we have conventions or conferences or people that come in for a concert at the arena, that they not only enjoy their time here, but they make a trip, a plan to come back and stay with their family, take a long weekend. And
do some of those things we've got going on here, or they go play golf at one of the fabulous courses.
Or they go to the breaks.
Or they, oh my goodness, the breaks. So
40 minutes from
40 minutes from here. So I was going to hit on that, but the one thing I really wanted to mention is at the top of the Bob Amos Park, the overlook.
Yeah.
By the
Overlook
event center. Oh my goodness. I brought some family members out there 2 weeks ago, and they had to read the whole thing, and I'm like, this is the second largest earth moving project next to the canal. And they were like, you've got to be kidding me. And then I had to take them downtown. We shopped, we did all kind of neat things. So that was really a cool thing. And then the time that family was here before, I took them to the breaks, and they were like, this is majestic. They call it the Grand Canyon of the South. Yep. It is amazing. It's 40 minutes from here. You go out there and go into the park, and you can hike. And your hiking trails up at Bob Amos there's several different levels. If you want casual and leisurely, you could do that. Yep. If you want a little bit more advanced, you could do that too. And there's amazing views everywhere you go. And if you like the outdoor, you talk about adventure tourism, there's no better place to be than right here in downtown Pikeville.
So if you start on the hiking trails at Bob Amos and you do all of them, and they all intersect with one another, and we have an app, but a map that will take you with your phone. So we have the Peach Orchard Trail, which was formerly our multi-use trail. So you start there at the walking track. It will take you, if you stay straight on it, take you all the way to the backside of Cedar Hills Drive. So you can do that. And then if you're up there and then you loop back, you can get on the Blue Chip Trail, which is not paved. It is not gravel. It is very rugged. And then you also, if you're really adventurous, and this is not for the faint of heart, the Real McCoy Trail will really challenge you. It has some different obstacles on there, but they all intersect. You'll cross along the horse trail. So you can go to Bob Amos and be in the mountains for hours and really enjoy it. And then we also have our ADA compliant story trail that we partner with the Pike County Public Library. So they change the book out monthly, and you can take your kids, you read the book along the way. Then at the end, there's a picnic table and a gazebo. You can take a cooler, take your lunch, all paved. Bob Amos Park is one of our hidden gems. I think that a lot of our local people know about, but they don't know all that it has to offer because there's always something new.
Sure. I asked you a question before about what you like most about your job. You said everything. I'm going to put you on the spot. What event do you think is your favorite event? That is, and it doesn't have to be like something in the summer. It could be, I mean, the Christmas in the park is really cool. The shopping thing.
Girls Night Out.
I like the Hippie Fest, the Moonshine Festival.
Yeah.
I like all those. But if Jill is sitting at home and she's having a glass of tea and she said, my favorite event in the city, or the favorite thing in the city of Pikeville that I like to do from an employee's perspective, that would be what?
Oh my gosh. Can I break it down to tourism and Main Street, or
listen,
one event? It's one event. I really love, from a Main Street perspective, I love our Girls Night Out events that we do.
Really good.
Because it supports our businesses downtown. So we do them 3 or 4 times a year, depending on scheduling. And it just brings all kinds of people downtown. So they're walking, they're taking pictures of the Umbrella Alley, they're going to our businesses, they're going to our restaurants. I love to see those people. And I love to see, it's not just for the gals, they bring their husbands, their boyfriends, whomever, but they're also bringing their kids. So that's fun for me. I love that. They take in the app. As far as a tourism event goes that I love, I really love Hillbilly Days. And that's not straight up a tourism event. That's, the chamber works together. But what I love about Hillbilly Days, it is an incredible amount of work, and our city staff works the entire thing.
Right.
But what I love is seeing the people that have not been here in years.
Right.
And they stop by our tourism booth and they say, I grew up here. I visited my grandparents when I was a child here. I've not been here in 15 years. I've not been here in 10 years. And they talk about the differences that they see.
From year to year?
From year to year.
Years ago to now.
10 years is where it usually hits, 10 to 15 years till now, and they're blown away. It's the way the downtown looks, the way that the university has grown and expanded, and how we work well together and incorporate things for them, the way the hospital specifically has grown. People don't understand what a tremendous asset that institution is to us. But I think Hillbilly Days, although it's the one that probably exhausts us the most, I love it because we get to see so many people and talk to people and hear their stories and why they're going to come.
You and I had a very good encounter on Hillbilly Days this past year. I remember we had a really good time at your booth. I'll save that for another time. Jill, if people wanted to go and see and go to the website, what website do people to go to see all the events now and upcoming?
Visit Pikeville.com.
Okay.
Is where you can go. You can also go to pikevilleky.gov. What I've referred to here today is on there. It's also on visitpikeville.com. If you want to book any of our facilities, the shelters, the Garfield House, the community center at Bob Amos, if you want information on scheduling Buddy Boots, for instance, all the information is there. Places to eat, things to do. Visit Pikeville.com. Also on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You can stop by our office, 773 Hamley Boulevard. It's in the old train station building.
Gotcha.
So that's where we do all of tourism, Main Street, and Parks and Recreation for the trails. We're all there. Business expansion is in there too. So we have a full staff in there every day that is here to serve not only our community, but also our visitors alike.
Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, this is wrapping up our first podcast of the city of Pikeville, which is Visit Pikeville Now. That's our motto. That's our thing. Just get out, come over and see us, say hello. And if you see this beautiful smiling face walking down here, deep down inside, she's actually working her tail off to make sure that your experience is the best experience that you can have anywhere in the state or in this region. So thank you, Jill, for coming. We really appreciate all you.
I'm excited about these little visits we're going to have.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of visits. We're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of guests too, right? So that'll be fun.
Absolutely.
So thanks again. Appreciate your time, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.